Hello everybody, and welcome to another Theros Beyond Death draft. My last one was super sweet, and I'm excited to dive into my second one. But before I do, I want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or feedback. Without further ado, let's dive right on into this Theros Beyond Death. I do want to give a huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast. Thank you so much for giving me, letting me participate in this early access event. It really is quite generous of you. We have opened up this pack, and we are going to be going through all the cards. I do this for my first two drafts generally because the cards are still new, so there's still a ton of cards to discuss. And in your drafts, you're not going to have all of the cards, same exact picks I'm going to have, so you need to know how good the cards are. Black is consistently open. There's a lot of good black cards, so maybe that's it. Black is, I think, the best color in the set, so I think that makes sense. And when you're drafting with bots, more people are going to end up in the best colors, I think, potentially. If the bots... I mean, if you're going to be playing against more people, because all the bots take the other colors, and so never mind, that doesn't make sense. Forget what I just said. But yeah, Perforce Intervention is probably going to be our pick here. This is just a pretty efficient removal spell that also has like Fireball option in the extreme late game that doesn't usually come up, but it is a nice additional bonus to have. I think that is going to be my pick here. Stinging Lionfish, though, this card deserves a little bit of a shout out. This card seems quite good to me. It seems really irritating to just have all your stuff constantly tapped. The Constellation tap things were really annoying. The little unicorn was really irritating, and I think Stinging Lionfish is going to be quite powerful, but I just don't think it's as good as Perforce's Intervention Pack 1 Pick 1. Minions turn strikes me as quite medium. I think Siona is the type of card you take once you're white-green, but not before. It's pretty solid, though. I think Daybreak Chimera is the second best white common, so I'm pretty happy to take these cards, but I think it's a little bit worse than the Intervention. And then the other commons are quite lackluster. The other second best common is probably the Loathsome Chimera or the Heliod's Pilgrim, followed by Mogus's Favor. And then Mogus's Favor just because it can pick off 1 toughness creatures or finish things off in combat. Heliod's Pilgrim because it can search for auras like Mogus's Favor or like your removal spell auras. Or things like Aspect, but that's less likely. Flicker of Fate's pretty solid. You'll want one in all of your white decks, I think, but you don't really need to prioritize this card as much. You only really want one. Revenant Reveler is mostly a sideboard card. Nyxborn Courser just kind of a vanilla creature. Eidolon, kind of cool for the Turbo Brine Giant deck, which I think might exist, and it's okay, but not really a high priority. Pharika's Libation is mostly a sideboard card. Rever's sideboard card. This card is decent as well. We're going to take the Intervention and then see what happens. Though I'm kind of tempted by the Stinging Lionfish, because the deck seems sweet. And moving on to pick 2, we have a classic conundrum. We have a pretty solid, this is what I think is the best red common. It would keep us red with our Perforce's Intervention, but we also have a very solid uncommon in Archon of Falling Stars, which is the classic thing that happens in draft is, do you want to stay flexible, or do you want to pick the cards that keep you into the color that you already have? I don't think that Perforce's Intervention is anything too special, so I'm not like as committed to sticking with it. So I think I might take Archon because I think this card is quite powerful. And 4/4 flying seems like really relevant stats after my one draft of the format. I think Heliod's Punishment is also pretty good if you are an aggressive deck, but you don't really want it if you're more controlling. Hydra's Growth is good if you have other +1/+1 counters running around on your creatures from like escaping them, or if you have a lot of ways to protect it. Like in white-green, I think this is going to be terrifying with the +2/+2 aura. Glory Bearers seems like a pretty... medium card you'll play in a lot of your decks. Revoke Existence is main deckable removal because a lot of the creatures are enchantment creatures. I think this card's great. Temple Thief is just solid. Witness of Tomorrow is like a little bit better than solid, but still just a solid card. I think it's going to be more closer to Prized Griffin, which is the 3/4 flyer from Throne of Eldraine with no other text, than it is going to be to Cloud Rooter Sphinx, which was the 4 and a blue Scry 2/3/4 in Dominaria. Intervention can probably be splashed if we were like a white-green deck or something. Starlight Mantle is just pretty good like defenses for your creatures. This card's like below average. This card's like basically dead average. You'll be pretty happy playing this in your green decks. And then this card's like below average. Yeah, we'll just take the Archon, I think. Whoo! Gallia. This card's kind of exciting. It seems like it could be kind of fun. I'm not sure how good it is. We'll potentially have to try it out. We'll see what else is in the pack, but I don't think this is going to be the pick in the end just because it's a gold card, but I did get paired against an opponent that had basically a Satyr tribal deck, which was kind of neat. I beat them because they didn't draw Gallia game 3 and I had a great start, but still. Phalanx Tactics is pretty cool, especially with your pseudo-heroic cards, the cards that when you target them get your whole team +1/+0, because then this card will basically give your entire team +2/+1, and that creature +3/+1, so it's like a 2-mana inspired charge in those decks, so I think this card is quite good for those decks. And I am kind of already in white-red, so maybe I'm supposed to take Phalanx Tactics here. Shoal Kraken is very good for the decks that care about enchantments, mostly blue-green, maybe a little bit less of blue-white, but certainly blue-green for sure, and then maybe blue-white secondary. Underworld Fires I don't think is very good. I think it's a worse version of Wrap with Flames, which is a common. Maybe they developed a gold filter. Maybe. But yeah, I think this is going to be worse than Wrap with Flames most of the time, so you don't need to prioritize this or really play this. It's mostly a sideboard card. Indomitable Will is a card I'm very happy to be playing, though. I think it goes not great with Archon. Like returning this directly to the battlefield is not a ton of value, but it's definitely a card I'm looking to get. Then there's Veracle's Libation. I already talked about that. This card's just very mediocre. Can't really block ever, so it's mostly good for aggressive decks. Incendiary Oracle and Underworld Ragehound are like both very good. I think that Incendiary Oracle is a little bit better, but Ragehound is no joke either. I think this is number 3 and this is number 4 for the red commons. Moss Viper is just a solid card. Cetessan Skirmisher is like a little bit below average, and then Nyxborn Colossus is just a big card for if you need those. I think in this pack the pick is mostly between Galea and Phalanx Tactics, and maybe Indomitable Will, but I think we're going to take the Phalanx Tactics because it goes really well in white-red, and we already have a white card, and it can just be a pretty good card on its own. It's just the highest upside pick, and these are just kind of a couple 2-drops that you can get later on. Whereas this is an uncommon that can really fuel your whole deck. And we got paid off. Let's go. Rewarded. Hero of Nyxborn is the perfect card to go with Phalanx Tactics. Not only does it help you go wide, but it is a pseudo-heroic card itself. This is the perfect pickup for our deck. And I'm definitely going to be taking that here over the Incendiary Oracle. I will say, and I think it goes Hero, Incendiary, then Revoke Existence, and then probably like speculating on a black card even. I don't think Birth of Meletus is really what your white decks want to be doing in this set. I think Pious Wayfinder is a trap. Transcendent Envoy is a little bit small unless you have ways to like buff it with auras. And then Harpy's like solid, Grim Position solid for the black decks. I think Aspect is a little bit slow, but it can definitely still get the job done. Triton's okay. Not really a card I'm super excited about. And then Relentless Pursuit is great for the more the more slower, grindy self-mill decks. Thank you so much, Konefes, for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hero is getting in the deck. Oh, yes. And now there's an Indomitable Will. I don't really think this is a Blood Aspirant deck. We aren't really sacrificing a ton of creatures. We're more of just like a pretty standard white-red aggressive deck at this point. So I don't think this card... I think this card is pretty much a black-red gold card because that's really the sacrifice deck where you're getting a lot of value out of sacrifice. Though this card can do pretty decently in any deck just because it's okay. It's just not as good. And I think Indomitable Will is going to be perfect for this deck because we care about targeting our stuff. And the light went out again. Ah, the joys of filming in a light-sensitive room with motion sensor light activation. Why? It's just, I don't know. I think this is probably going to be the pick out of the pack. It triggers on my Hero of the Nyxborn, and it is another enchantment for Archon. It's not the greatest, but it is still definitely something that can be relevant. Chainweb Arachneer is also a card that could be like a pretty decent speculative pick, but we don't really have anything that goes with it. Like Phalanx Tactics and Hero are kind of like red, white, gold cards. And then we have a red card and a white card, so I'm not sure we want to move into the Arachneer. Rumbling Sentry is just very mediocre. I think this card's the best blue common potentially just because it might tie everything together, but I'm still not sure. I think Inspiring Awe is unplayable, and Nyxborn Marauder is just like mediocre. So I think we're going to take the Indomitable Will here. In summary, in conclusion, okay, we got a pretty solid uncommon for our deck. If a creature dies, if an aura was controlled attached to it, we can return a creature to the battlefield. That was pretty cheap. We already have an Indomitable Will to work with that. We have a white deck that probably wants this. Triumphant Surge is another card that I think the deck is probably going to want one copy of, but we're going to start by taking the uncommon creature that can potentially get back our creatures when things die, so I think that could be pretty good. And then we can probably pick up a Triumphant Surge later. Binding of Titans I don't think is very good at all. I think Mirror Shield is solid. Sleep of the Dead, not very good. We don't really want the Mogus cards. Towering Wave Mystic, it does mill no matter when it does damage, so if it trades in combat, it'll still mill too, but I don't think that's good enough. So yeah, I think we're going to take the Dawn Evangel here and see how that works out. Interesting spot here. I think we're supposed to take Omen of the Sun. It goes with our go wide strategy. It's a flash enchantment to trigger constellation stuff. We'll be getting at those. Getting it back with Archon's actually pretty good. So I think we're going to go with Omen of the Sun. Final Flare could be solid for this deck if we get enough go wide stuff. But you don't really want it. You'll play like one copy in red decks, but you don't really need to prioritize it. Fruit of Tizerius I think is unplayable. Ichthyomorphosis, I'm actually really good at pronouncing that. I'm proud of myself. Is one of the better blue commons. It's not the. It's like the third best, I think, just because it's a pretty solid removal spell. This card's pretty nice. It's solid, but and keep in mind it can sacrifice multiple things. So if you want to block it with 2 3/3s, keep in mind they can sacrifice another creature to give it another +1/+0. So yeah. And now, I think the best card in the pack is probably the Starlit Mantle, but I think we're going to take the Aureate of Mountains Blaze. It could just be a nice little mana sink for our deck. I think having one copy of that isn't going to be too much harm, but it could do a decent amount of good, especially because I can get it back later in the game, or I can loot something and then get back something else. I don't know. Could be pretty cool. Wings of Hubris also strikes me as pretty solid. Flyers have been really irritating for me, but I think I'm going to get one of those a little bit later, hopefully. And now here's the... What the... Why did Stinging Lionfish wheel? That's absurd. I think it's between that and Flicker Fate. Honestly, I kind of just want to take the Stinging Lionfish, but it's not really good in my color combo. So I think we're just going to take the Flicker Fate. And now we pick up a Glory Bears. Relatively solid card. Buffs up my tokens decently well. Underworld Ragehound, pretty solid pickup as well. Having access to a escape card definitely gives you a nice late game punch. And the Transcendent Envoy came back. Flyers are kind of annoying, especially with some enchantments on them, so I could see this being okay in my deck. Okay. What did we open? Wow. Powerful pack. Kroxa is very good, but we're not going to be able to splash this. It's the double black essentially to splash because you only really want to splash the escape part, but it's definitely a very good card. Agonizing Remorse is pretty solid. I think Fairies Band Brawler is very good, but I think Annex Hardened in the Forge is like fantastic. It's really good in this deck I'm trying to build. It gets a lot of tokens out onto the battlefield if your creatures die, and it's just going to be a pretty big creature a lot of the time as well. So I think Annex is going to be the pick here over Captivating Unicorn. I don't think it's worth moving into green. I don't really have too much incentive, even though I did get a couple of late green cards. I just think I have a good enough white-red deck. And then if Captivating Unicorn wheels, we're really set. This card's very good. I think Glory Bear is solid. Sentinel's Eyes is good if you don't have any other escape cards in your deck, because then you can bring it back over and over. But since we already have an Underworld Ragehound, we don't really want the Sentinel's Eyes. Deny the Divine is just mediocre counterspell. Nyxborn Seaguard, I don't think it lines up well in the format because the escape cards will eventually outstat it. Lampad of Death Vigil is important for the sacrifice deck. Underworld Charger is a great escape card. Nyxborn Bird is just not the right stat line. I don't think it's very good. Omen of the Hunt is pretty good for splashing decks, and Underworld Shores is unplayable. We got that Annex. Furious Rise. Power 4 or greater. So how many do we have right now? 0, 0, 0, 0. We do not have any 4-powered creatures. There's 1. And I just don't think that's going to be good enough. I think we just have to pick up the Heliod's Pilgrim. We already have Indomitable Will, which is not ideal to go get, but hopefully we can pick up some more auras, and then this card becomes quite solid. I don't think we're just going to be able to trigger this very often, so I don't think it's good in our deck. Enemy of Enlightenment I don't think is very good at all. It's just too big, and then I think the abilities just kind of are counterintuitive to each other. So like this 5/5, if your opponent's a control deck, they're going to have cards in hand, so it's going to be smaller for its cost. And then you're going to be the one discarding. If it's against an aggressive deck, it'll be big, but you're going to be the one discarding cards while they aren't. So I just don't think it's very good. So I think over Furious Rise, we're just going to take the Heliod's Pilgrim. Rage Card Berserker's okay. I think Elite Destructor's pretty bad. Chain of Memory's solid. Like, you'll see this relatively often, so be aware of it. Chimera is just a really staple card. It'll be good in the decks that care about having 4 or more power, like with Furious Rise. And it can escape in a pinch. Gift of Strength is pretty mediocre. Arena Trickster is pretty medium. I think we're just going to take the Pilgrim. See what we can get. Holy heck, we did it. We got another Hero of the Nyxborn. This is fantastic. Definitely going to take this. Second pick, I think I would take Hero of the Winds, just to get more of the pseudo-heroic effect in my deck, though maybe it would be correct to take Omen or even Indomitable Will over it. Hero of the Winds is definitely pretty solid in this deck. And then the only card I haven't talked about is Satyr's Cunning and Altar. Altar is like a medium mana fixing, and Satyr is like a card you can sometimes play if you're either hyper-aggressive or you have some sacrifice outlets, or you just don't really have anything else going on with your graveyard. Because if you don't have anything to do with your graveyard, eventually this is going to get you 3/1/1s maybe. So it can make your deck in a pinch. But we're just going to take the Slam the Gold card for our archetype. And now I don't think Triumph of Annex is very good. I think it's like really bad, actually, like actively bad. So I think we're going to just take the Underworld Ragehound. But I kind of want to try that at some point. I think it's like an F, an unplayable, but it's hard to tell until you see it in play. What other cards? Timurid is fantastic. Having played with this card once, it just does so much work. It can easily become like a 2/6, blank everything on the board on defense, and then just eat their graveyard. I think it's at its best in like a controlling deck probably, but it also works really well with Grey Merchant of Asphodel if you get that combo rolling. So this is a great card. It can exile stuff from your own graveyard, keep in mind. Is Flickering any good with hero effects? We already have a Flicker of Fate. It does trigger your stuff, but then you don't get to keep the hero attacking. So I don't think it's insane. We are going to play one Flicker of Fate, though, I think. Grim Physician, and it does bring in another 1/1 when it comes back. Grim Physician is like solid. I already talked about that. I think Soul Reaper is one of the better black commons. It's pretty solid. Just sacrificing creatures to draw cards is nice. And then Return to Nature is a main deckable card in this format. But yeah, we're just going to take the Underworld Ragehound. So much Rage, so much Hound. And now here, Escape Velocity is tempting. But I think we're just going to take Alseid of Life's Bounty. I think it's going to end up being more powerful, being able to protect our key cards like Anax and Hero of the Forge. Or just like to push through some damage in the air maybe by like giving protection from their colors flying. Giving protection is just really powerful. And it will let us suit up our guys with the auras. So I think we're going to take this over Escape Velocity, though, especially because we already have 2 escape cards in our deck, which make this much less valuable, though I think it's definitely a playable. I think this card's quite powerful as well. 3 mana, 3/4 essentially on offense, so quite good. And then I think Omen's pretty solid, and Stampede Rider's like average, and a little bit like it's average in a deck that has 4 powered creatures, and a little bit below average in decks that don't, and then Omen's like a little bit below average, but it's like a solid playable. Like you'll play it. Let's take the Alseid. Ooh, one of my favorite cards, Karametra's Blessing. Really happy to get this. It seems very good in this format. 1 mana +2/+2. There's many times I've been terrified of my opponent having this card. They haven't had it yet, but eventually they will, and then I'll be wrecked. I think Aspect is also a really good card. Hopefully we can get one of these for our deck, but we're not going to take it over Karametra's Blessing. Glimpse of Freedom I don't think is very good. Escape exiling 5 cards is just way too many for this effect. You're not going to have it happen like ever in a game of Limited. Siona was not something we're interested in. Already talked about. Fleet Fruit Gary's is just unplayable. And this Huntmaster's actually been pretty impressive from what I've seen, but that was in one match where my opponent had a stupid rare that made this card much better than it actually is. So keep that in mind. My limited sample size, a little bit biased, but I thought this card was pretty good beforehand, and I still think it's pretty good. This card's mostly for controlling blue-green decks, but I think it's pretty solid. Aspects would be good in this deck, but we're just going to take Karametra's Blessing, and then Satyr's Cunning we already discussed. Whew. Now this is tricky, because we have the same choice again. And I think we're supposed to take Karametra's Blessing again. But getting a permanent enchantment buff could be good as well. And maybe this gets worse in multiples. I think it could be better just to have Aspect, because then we have both Aspect, Indomitable Will, and Karametra's Blessing. How did I get access to this? Oh, this is Dr. No, that was a different Doctor person I played earlier. I got access to it because I'm a content creator. And I like filled out a form on Wizard's website a while ago, like a long time ago. Like you can fill out a form too if you make it content. I think I'm gonna get Aspect of Manticore over the second one. Though I really do like this card. Maybe I just don't need to prioritize this, and I just want as many Karametra's Blessings as I can. I'm just gonna take the Blessing. I really like it. And now we don't like any of these cards. Wolfwillow Haven's like the best card in the pack, but we're just gonna take Pious Wayfinder. It's not gonna make our deck though. And now Sentinel's Eyes, though I don't think we'll play that. Maybe we just want Glory Bearers. Let's just play Glory Bearers. It seemed pretty decent in multiples. 3 copies might be too many, though. We'll take it, though, because there's nothing else for us. And now there's a Hero of the Winds. I think we'll take that over the second Omen of the Sun. Yeah, I think that'll be more important. Though 4 mana 1/4 is kind of small. It does work really well with those auras that we passed up on. Let's just take that card. That's kind of irritating. Okay. Priority is to get enchantments and auras specifically. But we are back on to pack 3. We're going to talk about the cards again. We're definitely just slamming Hero the Nyxborn number 3, though. I kind of wish I'd taken the Omen of the Sun now, but Hero the Nyxborn, 3 copies, pretty great for our deck. Thalos' Oracle is actually a little bit better than it looks. It can actually just be your finisher in a late game deck. You can just wait till you have like 7 cards in your deck and then win with this. It doesn't have to be your finisher. It just means you have to put like slightly less actual finishers in your deck. Like maybe you put 1 less 3/4 flyer in your deck, and that helps you get to the late game. But this card's definitely a little bit better than Omen Speaker was, but it's not insanely better than Omen Speaker. Dawn of Angel is a card that's solid, but we don't need a second copy. Skophos Maze Warden has a pretty good ability. Is there a ratio? I have yet to establish a ratio because I have never played this archetype, but I'd probably I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to target my own stuff, and I have 3 creatures that are good to target, so I don't know. Seems relatively solid. Skophos is a pretty good card. It just has a good ability. Why am I such a blueberry hater? I love blueberries, Nico. Blueberries are the best. Blueberries are even better than Hero of the Nyxborn. But yeah, Captivating Unicorn's also pretty solid, but we don't have room for it right now. And then Knight of Hidden Coves is the best. I already talked about this. Probably the best blue common. Just works so well with what blue's trying to do. I like Blight Breath Catoplebus as well. Catoblebus. Because it's just like a removal spell attached to a creature a lot of the time, especially in heavy black decks. So I think this is the 3rd best black common. Discordant Piper was really not impressive to me in my last draft. Yeah, I found the interwebs at my school. It's great. I'm not sure if I get kicked out of this room in 45 minutes, but we'll see. We'll see together. But yeah, Discordant Piper, definitely a card that underperformed in my last draft, even in a sacrifice deck, so I'm not sure how good this card is, and I'm a little bit off of it for now. Rage-Scarred Berserker looked pretty good in my last draft, actually. It lets you punch through for some damage, and then a 5/4 is a really good stat line in this set. Omen of the Forge is one of the better red commons, good removal. And we actually kind of lack removal a little bit. But we're definitely still taking the Hero over it. Elysian Carriage is very good, one of the best green commons. But yeah, we're taking Hero. Ooh. How many 2-drops do we have? 1, 2, 3. We need more 2-drops. We have 4 on a pinch. I think this is a Hero of the Pride pick. I think we got to take the Hero. I think Hero is a little bit better than Eidolon. The 2/1 first strike versus 2/2 that has the relevant ability. Though we do have 2 Karametra's Blessing, and this is an enchantment creature. I've convinced myself. I think Eidolon's just got to be better. This card's really irritating to block. It works really well with our combat tricks. Yeah, I've convinced myself Eidolon is the pick. Yeah, Eidolon is the 2/1 first strike is just kind of irritating to deal with, and especially when we have so many pump spells. So I think this card's going to be the pick. Glimpse of Freedom, again, already not very good. Impending Doom is like basically Oaken form, but I don't think it's really worth it to go for. Yeah, I just really don't like that card overall. Like, I think it's okay to go for sometimes, but especially with 2 Karametra's Blessings, but we'd rather just get a really good 2-drop when our deck really lacks those. You want to go 2-drop into this, you need to have the 2-drops before you go. This is best of 3 to like Dr. Silly Scopes, but we're probably not going to play all 3 rounds. Siona we already talked about. Flicker we already have one. There's already an Omen of the Forge. The lights went out again. For those of you just tuning in or wondering why the lights go out, it's because I'm in my library and I'm in a massive study room, and for some reason the light is motion sensor sensitive, which is hilarious. But yeah, Brine Giant's a cool build around, but we're not doing that. So I think it's between Eidolon and Hero over the Omen, and I think we're just going to take the Eidolon because I think the first strike is more relevant than this ability. Because we already have so many ways to trigger that ability. Whoa, we did it. We did it. This card is going to be fantastic in our deck. It lets us target our own creature, and also works really well with our Hero, and also makes our Transcendent Envoy like actually pretty solid as well. Daxos would be fantastic in this deck too, but it's more of a defensive card, and this is kind of a, though our deck is heavy white, we do have a double red card, and we want to be attacking our opponent. So a 2/4 can attack, but we'd rather have a relatively bigger creature. Incendiary Oracle is also pretty good, but I think we just have to take the Commanding Presence, especially with 2 Karametra's Blessing. And now we're going to jam another Indomitable Will, another perfect card for this deck. It's the perfect fit. I don't think I talked about all the cards in that pack, but my bad. We'll talk about some of them when they wheel. I've talked about a lot of cards. Leon's a pretty good 2-drop, but we just need the Indomitable Will to trigger our stuff, and it's just a pretty good card. Thundering Chariot's relatively solid. It just matches up pretty well against a lot of the cards in the format, though there are also a decent number of 4 toughness creatures that also kind of blank this. Mystic Repeal is very good. It's efficient removal. 1 mana to deal with like a lot of threats. Like this is an enchantment creature. This is an enchantment creature. This isn't, but there's just a lot of enchantment creatures running around, so be wary. And this card's very good. Leonid's pretty solid. I like it. It deals with the graveyard stuff. Rumbling Sender's not great. Flemic Cyclops, not great. It's solid in an aggressive deck, which we are. But we already have some 4-drops. Temple Thief is okay. Deals with gods, too. Yeah, it does. It puts them on the bottom. Ichthyomorphosis is a solid removal spell. Aspects a little bit too slow. I would love one Triumphant Surge, but I think we just got to take the Indomitable Will. Ho ho, baby! Let's go! We are just killing it. 4 uncommons for our color combo. This is amazing. Fantastic stuff here. Obviously, just how we drew it up. And we're just jamming Hero of the Nyxborn. Warden of the Chained is a pretty good card, but we're not in that color combination. Memory Drain is just very inefficient counterspell. And we've talked about all these other cards. This is just keyword big. Pick 6. Here we go. We're just trying to get 2-drops now. 2-drops and maybe a little bit of removal. Ideally. But yeah, we're just going to take Leon and Lost Pride to help us beat down. Pretty easy pickup. We might need Sentinel's Eyes. Just to help trigger all these things. But yeah, we're just going to jam the Leon in. I think this card's solid if you're going super big, but we don't really have a ton of crazy stuff. Our Heliod the Pilgrim is almost always going to get our where is it? Commanding Presence, because heroes have to command. Citizen Training is pretty good, but not for this color combo. Riptide Turtles are solid for the defensive blue decks. We might have played a Sentinel's Eyes, but we do have a couple Rage Hounds that also use the graveyard. Final Flare would be a solid pickup for this deck, but we're just going to get a 2-drop. We need those 2-drops. Need them 2-drops. Oh, this is actually a really interesting pick. Soul Guide Lantern is pretty solid, but we need to get a 2-drop. And now it's actually relatively close on which one we get. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. I don't think we're going to want a second Envoy. It gets much worse in multiples, and it already is kind of sketchy with only a couple cards it makes cheaper. But I still think it's probably worth it, just for the flyer and because we just need creatures. I think Incendiary Oracle is the best of these 2-drops, especially because we already have 2 Rage Hounds and they have diminishing returns with the escape. So I think we're just going to take this. We're going to be relatively evenly split. We're probably going to be a 9/8 mana base, despite all this stuff. And that means that we're probably going to just want the Incendiary Oracle over a 3rd Rage Hound or a 2nd Leonin. Yeah. And we did get... Ooh, there's another Hero of the Games, but we already have enough of these. We have 4 of this guy. We have a Hero of the Winds. So let's just get another great 2-drop here. Or we could take a Triumphant Surge. I think we're probably just going to be winning with combat tricks and stuff. We don't really have any removal, and we probably are not going to get any. We have 1 removal spell, so we're just going to get another good 2-drop. How many 2-drops do we have? We have... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 2-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 2-drops. Incendiary Oracle is a great 2-drop. It could even maybe replace the Oriad. Hero is not really something we're interested in when we already have so many heroes. There's only so many heroes you can have. Then Triumphant Surge is like a solid removal spell for our deck. I think we're just going to take the Incendiary Oracle. We might regret it. And now we get a Skophos Maze Warden if we want it, or we can take a Dawn Evangel from our graveyard to our hand. I'm really not... I don't think I'm going to play the first copy of that card, honestly. Skophos is just a pretty solid card, though, so we're going to play that. Flicker of Fate, sure. Flicker is actually pretty good with our heroes. We did get a Sentinel's Eyes. Not sure if we want it, but we're not a price important betrayal deck because we can't sacrifice things. And we did get the Leonin back. Satyr's Cunning, not going to play it. Mirror Shield, interesting. Some fancy editing, and all of our cards are in the main deck. Perfect. Just what we wanted. We'll cut all of the cards that are not our main colors. There's a blue card in there, Nexus Wardens. Perfect. So now we are down to our red-white cards. Skophos is probably one of our better cards. We don't need 3 Glory Bearers. I think I want to just play 1. Because now we have 4 4-drops. I guess this also helps me go wide. Maybe I want another one. This is a draft Beltrandito. We do not need Mirror Shield. We do not need Dawn Evangel. I do not think, at least. We already have a ton of 3-drops. They're all better. Oriad. Okay, we have so many cards. We do not need Sentinel's Eyes. We don't need Pious Wave. We do not need that card. We only need 1 Flicker of Fate. Okay, what 2-drops do we not want? I think Oriad could be solid, because we don't really have great tools in the late game. I guess we have great tools in the late game. What am I saying? We don't need it. Oriad. We don't need a 2-mana 1/3. Maybe we'll side that in for particularly grindy matchups. 2 Glory Bears, probably not necessary. We have so many 3-drops. Let's just go like that so far. I'll say it is pretty good. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 2-drops. I kind of like the split of 2-drops I have. But at the same time, I think that the 2-mana 1/2 flyer is probably not good enough. So I have 1. And I think 9/8 is probably the split I have to go with. Let's just look at the curve. I like all those. This is an expensive card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think Flicker Fate's going to be good. I don't need Hero of the Winds, and I don't need Glory Bringers. And I probably don't need Skophos Maze Warden, if I'm being honest. And I can probably cut a Plains. Yeah, my deck is pretty cheap. I do have this 1 Archon. That's kind of a late game insurance policy, because he's just so big. We love the Archon because he is big. I think this deck looks pretty good. We don't have a ton of expensive cards. We kind of top out at 3 for the most part. Pretty well balanced. Yeah, I think this deck's going to be good. And we're definitely making Hero the Nyxborn artwork. And we have to choose our basic land arts, because what kind of monster doesn't do that? Let's see if there's any good arts in the store. Obviously, we have to check, because that's the kind of players we are. How is my set review for limited versus the real life? Excellent question. Nope, I don't see any lands. Evil. Okay. I'll get to that right after we join the queue. How was my set review for limited versus the real life? It's been pretty good so far. The Satyr 2/1 doesn't look as good. The Satyr will be a 10 out of 7 format when it comes to lands, like Throne or nah. I think it's probably going to be a 9/8 format a lot of the time. Okie doke, we are going to play first. And there's a great hand. Oh my gosh. Absolutely fantastic. 1, 2, 3. We don't have any of our heroes right now, or really any of our combos, but we do have this Archon. Also, Archon can get back any enchantment card, and this guy's an enchantment. We have so many enchantment creatures. Oh my gosh, that's going to be disgusting. I wish we'd drawn a mountain so we could have played NX. Sure. That was a catastrophe. I think we just had to let the trades happen. I was just not thinking about anything. If I was, I might not have attacked, but I still probably would have. We haven't seen any cards in their deck yet. Hard to know how common this card is. And we do want to get our stuff resolved and our commanding presence on board. I think we're going to wait until we can protect with Karametra's Blessing. Also, when we target our guy, we're going to be able to attack with Anax as well, which is a benefit. Captivating Unicorn. This is perfect for us. Just give us a land or really any spell and we're set. Which our deck is pretty much all composed of. Nice. We're just going to use our Karametra's Blessing here. If we trade this off, it's just super good. Oh, you have made a fatal error, opponent. Are you counting on me not having Karametra's Blessing? Because I have it every time! I'm your worst nightmare. Ah! Oh, the power. The power of the dark side. Maybe I should have just gone for it. Like, even if they bounce it, it's still okay for me. I like how I, like, suicided 2 creatures into the Omen of the Sun, and things are still perfectly fine for me. Okay. You have turned Anax into an enchantment. You monster. You creature of evil. Sure. That's actually really good for me. And the lights are out. If they have the combat trick, they have the combat trick. They block here, they take 5, 7, 9. I think I'd rather just make them take 5. I just need one more combat trick and they're dead, so I can just wait for my moment. It's like a cast trigger too, so. I'm just gonna be patient. I don't need to attack right now. There's like one board wipe in white. And if they have a way to deal with this guy, then it just is a nightmare to attack. I can just wait. I can be patient. Like, technically they're dead, but like if they have one bounce spell, I'm like in terrible shape. Whereas if I wait one turn to have my Leonin in play, then the combat gets much harder for them to win. Or just to draw any pump spell, because I don't have to actually have it resolve when you cast a spell that targets it. See, it would not have worked out. Wow, so much scry. They hath scryed much. They have learned much wisdom. Hey, Max Power. Welcome. Laguna Band Storyteller. No! They're going just as wide as me. That's not fair. Like, if I draw a land, I can play Archon, which is good. If I draw a creature, I can play a creature. I'm just waiting to draw a pump spell. I have a lot of them. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Opponent is also going relatively wide, which is kind of scary. But once I draw a land, my Archon comes down. I hope they don't have a counterspell, because that would be bad. I think I'm better set up than them. They have 1 card advantage and the Scry 2 in play, but I have more tokens. It is Theros, max power. It is Theros, beyond death. And I'm in the library below ground. So basically the same thing. So they have a way to pump their guys, I'm assuming. These are my blocks. Show me your worst. Not gonna lie, that was not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. I was trying to play around them giving all their stuff +1/+1 and killing my stuff. I am enjoying the set so far, max power. I'm just waiting till I draw something that can target my hero of the Nyxborn. They scried both to the top, that's bad news. Bam! We'll play our land now. No disguising that one, because if we draw another mountain, we can pump it 4 times. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm terrified. I'm worried. I feel like I might have slow played myself to death. Because I just get so wrecked by Indomitable Will, and I feel like they have it, because they like always have these pauses. Wait, that still triggers? Haha! That's hilarious. I did not realize. Stinging lionfish. Well, that's terrifying. They have it, yep. Oh my gosh, it's that one? Wow. Come on. Hmm. Hopefully they block the hero of the Nyxborn with one of the 2/2s. Oh, perfect. So I'm hitting them for 2, 4, 6, 8, 13. This is 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think they're dead. Boom. Got him! Whoo! I did not think we were winning that game. Basically, I gave my creature protection from white, which meant the white creature did no damage to him. And that was all she wrote. Wow, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. How many ways do we have to target in our deck? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's enough. 7 seems like enough. Maybe another Flicker of Fate would be good. What would we take out for it? Archon of Falling Stars is fantastic. Take out a Leonin. We're going to take out both of our Leonins, because they have so many, like, 1/1s. Maybe they just have 2 of them, but even then, we still just don't want them. And we added in a Flicker of Fate to help with the Enchantmentify. Also, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Oh, Time Traveling Wizard, I have been great. Time Traveling Wizard, everybody, in case you've never seen him in Twitch chat, is one of my OG viewers from, yeah, long, long ago. He has been here since the beginning. He used to have a different username. I remember the days of PokeMat and PokeTato quite well. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this deck. It's quite fantastic. The fact that Anax continues to trigger when he's under Enchantmentize is hilarious, and I'm pretty sure my opponent didn't know that, because I also didn't know that. But it's good to know. The Time Traveling Wizard title has suited you. I like it as well. I am worried about being kicked out of my library position, but I have recorded one video, so I can at least upload that for my fans, my loyal fans. And then tomorrow my internet's getting fixed, apparently. Well, this is a mulligan. And this hand is fantastic. Actually, not really, but we're going to keep it. No guts, no glory. Isn't that what they say? We have 4 different ways of targeting our stuff. All we need now is a creature. And that creature will be heaped in glory. Gosh darn it. Come on, heroes. We know you're in my deck. Come on, man. All I need is a hero. You could say, I need a hero. I need a hero from the edge of the night. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fierce, and he's got to be larger than life. Well, I don't know if I have any enchantments left in my deck. Yup, I have them all in my hand. Oh my gosh, the juice command still works. Oh my god. Oh no. Not command juice. Oh, the saddest of all commands. The deck is trolling me. I think I only have one more thing that targets in here. No blocks. If I draw a land, do I just jam Commanding Presence? Oh, now I do 100%. Oh, the evil. Let's just do it. Let's hold back, and then use Indomitable Will as a defensive combat trick. We're totally losing this game, 100%. Things are not looking up, folks. Like, normally this wouldn't even be that bad, because we could just search up another Indomitable Will with our search. But we've already drawn all of their stuff. So they're just going to bounce it and we're wrecked. Starlit Mantle. Get on my level, bro. You didn't think I had a backup plan? I always have a backup plan. I have plans within plans within plans. Oh, yes. The hero, Heliod's Pilgrim, is here to save us from our deaths. From the depths comes our salvation. Heliod's Pilgrim. Really? Let's go. Wow, they jumped. Wow, the lights are out. Ah, my chair is caught up with my charger somehow. In a way that is suboptimal. Wait, what happened? Oh no, he's been made into an enchantment. And I have died. Huh, that's hilarious. I'm not technically dead. I think we actually can win this. We flicker fade our Heliod's Pilgrim. Kill this thing. With the help of Indomitable Will. Block. Do that. Oh no, but then this guy untaps. So what we have to do is we have to draw exactly Alseid of Life's Bounty. Yeah, we died. Because this guy untaps now. Oh, I was so close. That was so bad. Both of my starting hands were trash. That was a very brutal way of saying it, but it's true. Okay. Let's go. Maybe I should have brought in another one of the guys to buff toughness. I can probably look up what time the library study rooms close. I'll do it after this game. As long as this game takes 10 minutes or less, I have time to look that up. I do consistently upload, especially on YouTube, Time Traveling Wizard. YouTube is like my spot. It's my jam. And then Twitch I do whenever I can. But now that I'm back at school, I'll be doing it way more. Time Traveling Wizard is also my first ever subscriber. He said, I'm going to subscribe so you stop complaining about not having a subscriber. Even though I probably was complaining knowing myself. I was probably doing it in a very charming and lovable way, of course. E-cop. Oh no, but I'm in London, time traveling wizard, so for me it's almost 11 p.m. It is a 24/7 library, but I'm not sure if the study room is open for 24/7. Because my dorm room, you missed out on that drama. My dorm room, this is the only day of the entire year that its Wi-Fi has gone out. I'm studying abroad, time traveling wizard. I'm studying abroad. Yeah. Crazy times. It's funny because last time Time Traveling Wizard was in the chat, I was probably in a library as well because I used to stream from my library. We're going to play first and finally have a god tier hand. Let's go! Oh my gosh, 2-drop into hero, into hero. Oh, we did it. Actually, Underground Ragehound probably should have been taken out of this deck. Oh, good game. Let's hit him with the good game. We hit him with the early good game. This is one of those challenge gauntlets has been thrown at you, ECOP. Oh yeah, I didn't update the description to my study abroad thing. I should. Oh, our deck is so good. Our opponent is going to play Heliod's Gift. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Tokyo's fun. I knew they had this card. I knew this was going to trade off anyway. If they double block this, that's okay for me. Yeah, that's solid. We're trying to cast red spells now because then we can like double spell with a red spell. When we draw a second red, we kind of want to get an axe into play. Now we have all creatures and none of our pumps. Well, that's a bummer. Oh my gosh. It's like the exact opposite of our previous problem. This is in Malaysia? I'm not... Georgetown is on the east coast of the United States. Indomitable Will, that's what we were looking for, folks. Let's just wait. Our board is really wide. Our Indomitable Will is going to be good at any point here. But if we can combine it with a second trick. Like if they just block a couple 1/1s, we're in trouble then. Once we get an axe going, then we're going to be set. I would be happy if you attacked me, opponent. Go for it. Make my day. There we go. An axe is such a silly card. Wow, they're scrying too. Interesting. Now that an axe is in play, we can start attacking. They have one on the top, one on the bottom, sure. I'm terrified of that Pegasus card. Sure. Hilarious is great. What a powerful card. I like it a lot. And also tons of great flavor. I have 7, I think, Beltrandito. So hopefully if I find a second one... Oh, that's beautiful. We'll see how they block, but I think we got this. In very good hands here. Sure. So we're going to do this one for that effect, and then we're going to flicker the hero over here, I believe. And now I have enough cards in my graveyard to get back this Underworld Rage Hound. Oh my gosh, and I make 2 tokens. I can maybe just alpha them to death now. Oh, because I lost an axe, right. And now this guy can come back. There are more than 9 different Georgetowns in the world. That is good to know, Silosat. You know more about it than I do. Look how many tokens I have. 3... This card is disgusting. I knew it was disgusting. It had as the best red uncommon, and it has not let me down. This card is insane. I have 3... Oh gosh, staggering insight. Oh no. Well, they at least have to attack now. No, they don't have to attack. Okay. Hit me. Hit me, I'm ready. All I need is 1 pump spell and this game's over. I'm just gonna go for this. I just need any card that like pumps my team. If I attack with everything, I sacrifice 1 token for... I sacrifice this guy for 7 damage. That's not worth it. Okay. So I want to get this off the board. I'm just going to assume they have +1/+2. The other combat trick in white is +2/+1. There's +1/+2, +2/+1, and then there is +2/+2, and this guy can't die. So I think my best bet... I think I've seen +1/+2. I'm blocking with 5 and this guy. they have +2/+2 and indestructible, I'm in trouble. Yes! Thank God we got rid of that. He is starting to move his boulder. Oh, we have this scry thing as well. I forgot about that too. We're keeping Anax because if Archon dies, we can bring back Anax. My turn, nice. Oh, I forgot to take off a task. Well, that was a fail. Study Abroad's a good opportunity, I like it. Okay, we need to make sure that we don't forget to use this guy again. Yeah, if I drop Pump Spell, I'm in great shape. Even without that, this Underworld Rage Hound is fantastic. And this card is really messed up. Well, now I get to sacrifice my enchantment thing. Oh, that's a nightmare. That is terrible for me. Oh, no. Will they block with it is the question. Or chicken out and block with their token. Oh, they aren't a coward. I wish this hero was coming back sooner. Light out play. Keeping in mind, I don't really have any removal spells. I have one. So hopefully I can scry that to the top. Gosh darn it, that's really bad for me. Oh yeah, that's game. This card is too disgusting. That card is bonkers. Yeah, this card is unreal. They were literally waiting all game to play it with backup. Yeah, it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. Why did it tap my mana like that? Pre-release is this weekend, I think. If this guy was untapped, it'd be much better for me. Also, if it hadn't tapped my lands weird, it would have worked out better. If I hit them for another 4 this turn. If I'd hit them for another 4 this turn, they'd be at 7 if this guy had been untapped. They would have been at 7. They would have been up to 13. Hexproof. Does Hexproof make auras fall off? Oh, I can't target this with an aura anyway. Dang, I think honestly I lost because I didn't take a counter off of my Indomitable Will thing. Three, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm 1 point off. Are you kidding me? Wait, I killed him. I did the math wrong. I'm amazing. Yes. What? Who needs math when you've got luck? And yeah, I really blew that one. I thought I had the math wrong. I think I forgot to account for the +2/+2. Got the W in that game. That was funny as heck. Oh, man. That was amazing. Holy heck. Got the W, and we're on to the next round. Let's look at our deck again one more time. I think I liked having a second Flicker of Fate. What do we want to cut for a second Flicker of Fate? Let's add a second Flicker of Fate over the second Rage Hound. What's a reverse punt called? It's actually called a punt down. When you punt, and that's why you win. But that's not actually what I did there. That was just me getting, like, doing the math wrong. That's just called bad math. Just low. Well, this is a great hand. Oh, welcome, Aiden, to the stream. Things are going great. I'm not sure if I'm about to get kicked out of this library by a security guard, but, you know, the lights keep turning off. Things are sketchy. I haven't eaten in hours. This is the dream. We're going to start with Leonin because it hits harder. But we are against a white deck, so they could have Omen of the Sun, in which case I'd be sad. Well, that's not good for me. That card is going to destroy me. What the heck? This card is disgusting. We didn't even hit a mountain. I mean, to play our Anax, which is sad. Just pull the American card. What if they don't have an enchantment? Well, they have an enchantment. That's unfortunate. Gotta be said. I feel a little bit sad. Selazan Champion is going to win them the game easily. Oh yeah, we totally lost. We cannot physically beat this card. Like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop almost. Like, what the heck? Like, we can maybe go wide past it. Can't go over, that's for sure. And Daxos just gives him so much life. Nice. Huh. So we take 5 here. They're going to draw another card with their stupid Citizen Champion. Pretend I don't know how to read time. There's not even a clock in here for me to pretend not to be able to read. Haha, that's the perfect thing. I lost track of time. There's no clocks in here. Of course. This card is completely stupid. I have realized this after playing against it once. I gave it a B+ last time when I graded it, and I think it's better than that, based on literally this. How I cannot win. Feels like only 6:10 p.m. for me. I have been living here for a while, so it's like not really a great excuse there. Do I like bring back Leonin? Oh my gosh. Okay, that does not do anything. You're really good at coming up with these, like, excuses. I like it. Oh, that backfired. Yeah, that did not work out the way I was hoping it would. We're just going to shame Scoop. We don't have double red for our Anax. There's no way we win that game. Okay, so they have stuff that we have to kill, and we have no removal spells because we did not open any or get past any. Unlucky, sometimes. I don't know. I do not think we want the Rage Hound because it will just attack into Daxos and die. I could see us wanting Hero Transcendent Envoy. Let's try that instead. Tell them I am the security guard. I do not think they will fall for that Silosat. I just don't see it coming. Meditation. I'll just tell them I've been meditating for years. And I did not even realize there was a library built around me until just now. Thank you, time-traveling wizard. I like where my heart is at as well. It's in my body. Okay. Opponent. Opponent didn't see any of the good stuff my deck does, so they probably just think I have a bad deck. But little do they know that it was because I drew very badly. Oh my gosh, that was really much more lean than I anticipated. Like, it's like, whoa. Oh gosh, that was a lot of lean, a lot of power. The dark side is strong with this one. Opponent taking a long time for his sideboard, probably because they have I don't even know. I still can't believe we won that last round, because that was like me thinking, oh, we don't have lethal, and then we did have lethal. What are we hoping to draw on our opening hand? Probably Alseed into 2-drop, into Hero, into Double Pump. I think we navigated the draft pretty well, and our deck is great, so I'm excited. We'll play first. Well, we have Alseed into 2-drop, into Hero, into 1-pump. And we even have double red. That was fantastic. And they mulliganed. Let's hit him with the good game. Oh, no. Sorry. Oops. Oh, no. Now I feel like I'm a jerk. Oh, gosh. What have I done? What have I done? This is just evil. It kind of made a return. This guy has pseudo-heroic, and he's called Hero, so. Not gonna lie, Underworld Rage Hound is looking like it would have been better here. So now we need to draw another pump spell to go double pump as we predicted. I would also take an Anax or whatever his name is, the double red guy. Oh my gosh, I'm amazing at drawing exactly what I want. Let's just attack with this one guy. Set up our Anax. They are mana screwed, so we should be able to get a pretty good attack next turn. And they also mulligan to 5. Next turn we're going to attack all out. If they go for the double block, I'll just use the Karametra's Blessing on it probably. Oh yes, the lights. Oh, they are in a rock and a hard place here. I respect the effort. I saw just a person outside my door, but it was not a security guard, it was another person. Whew. They just passive aggressively turn the lights off more frequently. That's funny. This will probably prompt a concession. It gets hexproof and indestructible, and there's nothing they can have in white-green. Well, they blew me out. No, they did not. Oh my gosh, I even get a 1/1 when I sacrifice to protect him. I could have done that in either order. It might have even been better to do the sacrifice half first. Come on, one more pump spell, baby. Oh my gosh, no. White-green has leveled up my esteem. If I stay out in the dark, they might not notice I'm here. Oh. Not yet. I haven't played against it very much. I'm okay with this trade happening. I gotta get rid of the Daxos. And then Chainweb Arachneer cannot block my Leonin, pretty much. The sad part is I could still lose this game if I don't draw another pump spell or something relevant. I think getting rid of Chainweb Arachneer is probably better. So maybe getting rid of the Sentinel's Eyes would have been good. Got the win. Does Theros release tomorrow on Arena? I think it does. I think so. Okay, we're headed to game 3. I wish I had enchantment removal. Okay. I need my Perforce's intervention to kill their 3-drop. Transcendent Envoy seems terrible. Let's just play Scophos. No. It's too expensive. Let's play Sentinel's Eyes. I want to try that card out. And I don't have any other way to use my graveyard. And I care about the Heroic. Wow, I didn't set up those rewards things. Whoa, it's highlighted. I should probably set those things up. I used to have like a setup thing, but I no longer have one for rewards, but I replaced that overlay with another overlay. It's okay, max power. It takes practice. We're headed to game 3. We still need to draw our Inspired Charge at some point. I'm really like not sure whether we can beat that card if they play it on turn 3 if we don't have the Perforos card immediately. We just don't have removal. Like, we can maybe go wide past it. Huh. Definitely the highlight of the day is still beating Reed Duke, but I'm pretty still, like, hyped to have won that that first match with this deck. It'll be cool to see how Sentinel's Eyes plays out. Using all their time for sideboarding, I respect it. Just Lola, a worthy foe. I did beat Reed Duke. No big deal, time traveling wizard. It wasn't particularly close either. One of the games he mulled the 5 and got mana screwed, I think. Oh gosh, is this a keeper? I don't think it is. It just doesn't have good tools. Like, if it had a hero instead of a plains, it'd be fantastic. This card can... I'm going to keep it. This guy can get our, like, aura that goes off. Oh my gosh, we just need RNX to survive. No. Come on, not like this. Not to Daxos into the stupid 3-drop. Not the 3-drop, not the 3-drop. Anything but the 3-drop. Yeah, but stipulation drafts aren't like the best early on in a format because people are still just trying to figure out how to win. We're going to get Commanding Presence. A stipulation draft is where there's like something like, oh, you have to take a red card if there is a red card or something, stuff like that. So it's like a restriction on your drafting, so you don't take just the card you would normally take at the Pro Tour or something. So next turn we're going to draw a mountain so we can play Annex. Or we're going to draw a hero. Hmm. So we will have our Annex with a Commanding Presence on him and a way to give him hexproof. There is one trick we could use, but it's very high risk. So if we double block the Daxos and they choose to kill the Annex instead of the Heliod's Pilgrim, I can give the Annex +2/+2. But that is high risk, but we might have to do it just because we're a little bit behind here. Alternatively, I could just chump with the Heliod's Pilgrim. I think it's such high risk, it's not worth it. I should just jump, because even if they just have a Omen of the Sun, I get so wrecked. Oh, right, I get another token. Perfect. Well, that's really good. So, I could play Omen of the Sun to start chumping this guy. I think if they had a kill spell for NX, they probably would have tried to use it. I probably should have done that a little bit later. I should have just waited a little bit to do that. Just a moment. Wait, really? I don't think it's better than a top 8. A top 8 is really cool. The Wishcoin Crab would have definitely blocked on this board quite well. Maybe it just lines up well with the format. Hopefully whatever they're trying to do gets wrecked by Flicker of Fate.
You are all responsible for the damage to Destiny.
I will block. They have a fantastic deck. Don't oh my gosh, they hit. Gosh darn it.
Clothis, show me my path.
Well, they definitely do not have Phalanx tactics, eh? Okay. I need my heroes. Ugh. Calyx is just terrifying right now. Ah, the second Daxos. Please play it. Nice. Must kill Calyx. Oh, this is going to work out perfectly. Why are they double blocking him? No! Oh, this does not work out the way I want it to. But I have to get Calyx down to 1 so he can't kill my Annex. So I pump up the Satyr. They blocked that really effectively.
Is this pain?
Ugh, that was a ouch moment. Planeswalkers are so silly and limited.
Clothis, show
Oh
me
no. Once I get rid of Calyx, I have some time. Let's scry. If I attack like this, they jump. And then I jump their guy. If I attack with everything, they go jump, eat. He goes to 1. That doesn't really do much. So Calyx is dead next turn. I might be dead next turn. They get 1 more plus with Calyx, and then it's like time for me to start chipping away with this guy, maybe. They're definitely favored right now. I know I haven't been talking a ton, but this game's kind of like stalled out. All the relevant decisions are kind of out of my hands at this point. I guess I scryed hero to the top because I think I need a hero in play to have a chance. It's just a good card as well. This costs double green and 4 cards, and they only have 2 cards right now. When they kill this thing with their spider, I'll get back Omen of the Sun. I feel like I would have plussed Calyx first. Maybe they're scrying to set him up, but if they like find a creature they want that's not an enchantment, then they kind of messed it up for themselves. So they plussed, so that means their Calyx is going to hit. No, they plussed before draw step. That makes sense. Okay. And they whiffed. Okay, Calyx is officially gone unless they have another flyer. Or they hit him. Oh, they don't have enough in their graveyard for this. This costs 4 cards. Once Calyx is gone, then they'll be able to get it. And then I'll get back my Omen. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's really bad. I'll suit my one wants to stop them from getting a 1/1. I need to find my one answer to this card. My deck just doesn't have removal. And also, if they find a forest at any point, I'm really in deep trouble. Oh, God. Why? Cruel world. I wish they'd drawn a plains. Though, honestly, the fact that they didn't draw forest for so long is kind of a miracle in and of itself. They have 22 cards. I have 23. It's weird because I don't think I can win, but at the same time, I totally could win somehow. That was interesting. So now it's got double the counters. They're just being patient. And this gets trample, right? No, it does not. What a weird situation. Just draw the one-sided board wipe? I don't have a one-sided board wipe. Sure. We're so dead. I think we're to the point where we just chump with Archon so we can get more chump blockers, which is just not a winning proposition. Yeah, this is really a nightmare for our deck. We cannot beat Hydra enchantment. I'm so confused as to why they didn't escape this card a while ago. We just did not have a very good... I mean, I think we had an okay start to the game, but the Planeswalker really threw a wrench in our plans, and also the Daxos that became a monster. I don't think we can beat the Glory Bearers. Glory Bearers is looking pretty scary in these defensive decks. Yeah, we can't win. I'm just going to concede. Whew. That was a brutal defeat. Close match all around. But we have one more to go. I think I'm going to play one more match with this deck and then call it a night. Because these matches have been grindy. What can we change to make this better for our deck? Uh-oh. Welcome to round 3, our third and final round with this deck. And I think this is a keeper. On the play. We need a mountain and 2 draw steps. Never mind. Okay, there's a keeper though. Get rid of plains. It's Newmont. Nice. We have 2-drop, 3-drop into our really great aura that gives first strike. Our creature already has first strike, so we can give it to the Heliod's Pilgrim. Nice. No! You monster. That's messed up. This might be the best curve out I've ever seen. Oh, thank God. Nice quick pace at game pace. I get to play all the cool streamers. Does he just let it happen? Perfect. Too bad I can't play myself. You played yourself. Okay. Well, that was really good. I need to just draw all spells the rest of the game if I want to have a chance. That's a start. Oh, that's a dab. I did not know that was a dab. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is okay. I have drawn 2 spells. I just need to keep drawing all spells. Spells is what I need. Sure. This is 8 toughness. Twice X. If he has hexproof, I swear, that's messed up. Oh, come on. There we go. Haha. Listening to Newt talk to himself. I mean, he's got an entire stream watching and listening to him as well. I think I just want to keep loading all the stuff onto this guy, right? Got him. Wow, that's a really good wreck with Flicker of Fate. Well, that's a bummer. I do have a very large Heliod's Pilgrim. That would be an accurate statement. Where did he... Oh, he can keep escaping the spider over and over. Irritating. I kind of care if he brings back his guy, so I'm not going to block. Just startle him. Oh dear. That's every combat. That's not going to work out well for me. Not good. I think I'm just dead. Potentially. Yeah, 7, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19 power. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. We have drawn a lot of lands in a row. The new set has been pretty fun. Arch-Emperor Grimwolf. Gonna bring him back just to block. Oh, this is a draft, actually. So I've gained some life here. I can block there. I want to get +2/+2 there. 3, 5. So here, that guy kills there. That's 7. Kills. Kills? I mean, he probably has something. Get out of here, Chainweb Arachneer. I should have scryed on upkeep. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. I don't think I want a 2-1, but the Archon of Falling Stars is fantastic. I take 1 trample damage if I attack with Archon, which is unfortunate. Because otherwise I could attack with Heliod's Pilgrim. No! So I can block here, take 1, and then I'd block each of the other ones. Oh, I should have been attacking with this guy. Block 2, yeah. I block 2 power on this guy. 4 and 1 on that guy. I did the math wrong. I could have attacked with this guy a turn sooner. I just have to hope they don't rip it. So I have, this is 9 power, they'll have to chump with something, so they'll chump with their 1/4. Then I have them at 5. I'll have this guy in place, so I'll have 2, 4, 5, 6 toughness, and they'll have 7, 9 power. This has been a hard-fought battle. Please don't draw an enchantment, buddy. Newmont, my man. No! Oh my gosh, I battled back so hard. I was so far behind in this game. What a struggle. Oh my gosh, and then it just comes down to that. Oh my gosh. I could have hit him with this thing a turn earlier. I messed that up because I forgot that it would make a token if he didn't chump. Oh my gosh, that was absurd. Oh my gosh. My gosh. I don't have any good sideboard tech is the problem. Well, he probably has a lot of sideboard tech for me. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't think I should have been in that game ever. He just kind of messed up at points, I think. Let's just run it back. If I'd attacked with my 5/8 a turn earlier, I think I would have won, maybe. I would have had an extra 1/2, 1/1. Jeez, I'm just going to keep it. I think it has potential. If I draw a mountain in the first several turns. He has the put it in enchantment on the bottom of my library card. And I have my removal spell, which is really good. I'm going to wait. Protect my hero with my Ash. I'll hide. No attacks. This guy's going to have to protect this guy from being put on the bottom of my library. If he has multiples of this card, I'm going to be so sad. Gosh darn it, no! Maybe I should have pumped him. Gosh darn it. So irritating. I should have pumped it the last turn. I messed that up. He should be at 10. One, two, three, four. No blocks. I can actually kill the Nyxborn thing, which is nice. So I need to do X equals 4. And then I can Sentinel's Eyes onto my... If I lose by 1 point, I'm going to be sad. That'd be ludicrous. Ugh. I could have attacked. Ooh, that's real good. I don't really want that guy, but blessing, I'll take that. And now he's exiled for good. So I can just pump it again. I'd rather keep my guy. And he's exiled, which is great. Oh, that 2 life is irritating as all get out. Oh no, not Eutropia. Please no. Do I want to trade all my guys for this? I take 6 here. Beautiful, what a top deck. I can get back my Omen of the Sun. If Eutropia attacks, I think I use Phalanx Tactics to take her down. Oh no. Gosh darn it. No blocks. Big draw. That's a big one. If he doesn't draw an enchantment here. Gosh darn it, how does he always get there? It's ludicrous. He never whiffs. This guy is a living legend. Could he have just whiffed for 1 turn, and then I would have won? Oh, he gave this one flying. No! Oh, man. Could he have just not drawn this card? Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just go for it. Oh. Whoops, this has trample. Whoops, I was dead no matter what. Actually, yeah, I was dead no matter what, because my guys are going to die. Oh, that's brutal. Those matches were so close. Oh my goodness. Well, that is going to do it for this draft video. We didn't get the win, but I think it wasn't because our deck was bad. I think our deck was fantastic, but we just got a little bit on the wrong side of variance in those matches. We had very close ones, and we just didn't have any removal, so certain cards were really problematic for us. But those were super fun matches, super close. They all went to 3 games, I think, and that is going to do it. If you did make it all the way to the end, remember to show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, clicking that bell so you don't miss any future videos, and in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag Numot defeat, because Numot got us right there at the end. It was really close. We did have a sick first game. Oh, I don't think that one did. Maybe that did go to 3 games. Yeah, I think it did. Maybe. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Yeah, it went to 3 games. Yeah, but we had that really close one. We almost outplayed him in game 1, but he just got a little bit luckier than us because we really did. We were so far behind, and then we came back, and then we lost anyway. So no justice. But it was a super fun draft. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later for more Theros Beyond Death.